In a UK first, this programme has been given access to 2 female Masonic lodges to witness the initiations, the secret ceremonies and never-before filmed rituals. We'll speak to some other Freemasons around Europe in a moment, but first here's a short extract from Claire Jones's exclusive film.
This looks like any other leafy street in central London, but this is the international headquarters of one of the most secretive and mysterious organisations in the world, and for the first time they're exclusively opening the doors to us. The Freemasons are a secretive society that practice rituals in a temple and promote brotherly love. Although they have always been associated with men, we've gained access to the 2 female Freemason groups in the UK, the Order of Women Freemasons and the Honourable Fraternity of Ancient Freemasons. Thea Lazaza Nikela is about to pass on to another rank in the society, called the Second Degree.
I'm feeling very happy. I feel confident. I am excited. I'm not nervous, I'm happy.
Where were you first prepared to be a Freemason?
In my heart.
And where next?
In a convenient room, I joined the lodge.
Describe the mode of your preparation.
I divested all monies and all valuables. My right arm, left breast, and knee made bare. My right leg slipped short, and the cable tool and the rhino loose upon my neck.
In the past, Freemasons have been accused of favouritism, helping members rise up the career ladder and covering up mistakes. Have you heard of Freemasons doing favours for each other?
Yes, I have in the old days, many years ago. But that was mainly in the men, and they were rooted out as corrupt.
What sort of favours would they be?
Oh, we would get policemen and who were Freemasons doing favours for other members.
Because there's this view that sort of you scratch my back.
No, it's not allowed. It really isn't. It's really forbidden.
With an ageing membership, the societies are keen to bring in younger women to secure the future of Freemasonry.
I can't believe I'm doing this. I can't believe that day's finally come. It's surreal.
After joining the Freemasons 7 years ago, today optician Roshni Patel will have a ceremony to mark her reaching the rank of a Master Mason.
This is our grand temple.
Tonight, there's obviously a ceremony that's going on that we can't get access to. Tell us why you wouldn't want us to see.
Because you haven't earned it. Roshni has gone through all these offices, all the way through the chair. She's learnt pieces of ritual, she's worked hard. She must have been working for 5 or 6 years to achieve the installation into this chair.
We've had the ceremony, it's almost over, and Roshni is about to appear as a Master of the Lodge. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
I don't know how I feel. I think I'm in shock. The whole process of me being put into the chair, that was very emotional. Especially by all my lodge members who I really care about, so yeah.
Although we were given exclusive access, we still only gained a glimpse of the workings of this secret society. There was a lot that was off limits to us. Both groups of female Freemasons dismissed all allegations of corruption, but to shake this negative reputation and gain more members, they may need to be more transparent in future.
Well, let's talk to some Freemasons. Christine Chapman, who you saw in that film, is a Grandmaster. You saw in Claire's film. Also with us, Cécile Revauger is a professor at the University of Bordeaux and has written a lot about female Freemasonry, and Dr. Andreas Onefort, who is an expert in global Freemasonry, currently writing a book about it, and was the youngest Freemason in Sweden for a while. He joined age 25. Welcome all of you. Thank you so much for coming on the programme. It's really good to talk to you. Christine, so interesting to see the film that Claire made about you all. I am, however fascinated I am left wanting to ask you, but what is the point?
Well, it is a point which you will, if you join it, you would understand it. But a lot of people do their research on the internet and they actually want to join us. We aim to make women better people with teaching of morals and precepts.
Right.
That's basically it. It's also a mutual self-development program.
Okay.
It encourages women to grow.
So the aim to make women better people. Tell me some of the things that you might say to new members. If I was to join, what would you say to me to try to encourage me to become a better person?
Well, I'd say to you to study the ritual and to absorb the teachings that it's trying to put across to you, and to put them into practice in your everyday life.
And can you give me an example of one of the teachings?
Also, yeah.
Sorry to interrupt.
Well, you should always be looking out for each other, and you should help people to become better people by growing in confidence and self-belief, and to always believe that you are, although we wear different distinctions of regalia, we're all equal, and that he who's on the lowest spoke of fortune's wheel is equally entitled to our regard, and we have to carry that practice into our everyday life.
Yeah. Cecile, hello, welcome. Thank you for talking to us and to our British audience. Why are you a Freemason?
Right, well, I've been a Freemason for about 30 years, and as you just said, I'm also an academic and studying Freemasonry. Well, in fact, I joined for, I would say, social, philosophical reasons, because Freemasonry in France is quite different from Freemasonry in Britain and the States, you have to admit, because, as you know, or maybe as people don't know, in 1877, the Grand Orient de France decided to impose full liberty of conscience, and no longer to demand that their members should believe in God. And ever since, there's been a rift between French Freemasonry and British and American Freemasonry.
So my understanding is, and obviously you're the expert, but just for our audience, my understanding is in France the lodges are often political, whereas in the UK they're not supposed to take religious or political stances.
All right, I would qualify this statement a little bit, because in lodges, in French lodges, you certainly do not discuss politics and religion as such.
Okay.
But what is important is to accept religious differences and also secularism. This is really secularism, separation, between church and state. Yeah. But we do have discussions on philosophical and social issues. For instance, you will discuss the emancipation of women. You will discuss issues such as unemployment, such as euthanasia, for instance, the end of life, such as poverty. And there is this commitment to improve society.
Okay. Let me bring in Andreas in Sweden then. You were the youngest Freemason in Sweden for a number of years. You joined at 25. Has it helped your career?
No, not at all. I would say rather to the contrary. As Cecile, I'm both an academic and a Freemason, and it has helped me to make a sharp distinction between what is academic and what is my personal development, so to speak. But in my career outside Freemasonry, my membership has not improved my chances to get anywhere in society. There's so much suspicion around the society as well when it comes to Freemasonry, so I hardly ever mention it. Now I feel confident to do it, like 20 years after I joined, but in the beginning I was very cautious of talking about it. Okay. And then I've lots of research and feel much more confident to talk about it in public.
I mean, do you want more people to become Freemasons? And if so, do you accept that you perhaps will have to be way more transparent than traditionally Freemasons have been?
Well, yes, of course, I would definitely tell people to become Freemasons, because it's one of the best things that happened to my life. But
in what way? You haven't been able to articulate that.
Yes, why? Because it connects back in time to philosophical traditions that otherwise not are expressed that clearly in society, because it's an oral transfer of knowledge. It's very performative. I imagine that during the film you could see all these rituals, and the thing is, Freemasonry lives in performance. It's not something you can read knowledge. You cannot read a book and become a Freemason. You must become initiated. And we have very few instances in our modern society where we do initiate people. And that is the only secret, so to speak, the personal experience of that initiation that is the big asset. And then the second thing with the transparency, I would say Freemasons have been very transparent, but people have also been bad at reading about Freemasonry. So the question is, what do we mean with when we want to have larger transparency? For instance, Cecile and I, we are publishing quite a lot about Freemasonry, and still we see that if you then Google the internet, very many misconceptions and prejudices prevail.
Yeah, but traditionally Freemasons have been mysterious. I mean, you know, just a tiny example, we could only film certain parts of the ceremonies and rituals, and that's absolutely up to Christine. She can make those decisions, and if we don't want to go along with it, we can leave. But we wanted to film as much as we could. But do you accept, Christine, it leaves people with a suspicion? What is it that you're hiding?
Yes, I suppose it does, but really and truly, when we ask people to swear that they will never reveal the secrets, we ask them as a symbolic act of their honour and their integrity. And that's what it means, that although they may not be very important to other people, they are important to us. And so they demonstrate a person's commitment to their membership to the order,
right,
by keeping those secrets.
Yeah, and I wonder maybe if that, asking people to do that, maybe that sustains you, because it maintains this intrigue around you, when actually from what we've seen today, it would appear to be on the surface anyway, reasonably benign, possibly worthy, and potentially even boring.
It is a very benign society because we do a lot of good. One of the practices we carry out is charity, and we raise an awful lot of money for charity because it's a part of our duty as a Freemason to support others and to help them. So yes, that's what we do. And it's not just what we do.
No, I understand that. Tell us about the what you're wearing around your neck, Christine. Explain to our audience the significance of that. Because it is quasi-religious. That was the thing that really surprised me, in terms of the
It's a Grand Master's collar of office. It is a Grand Master's collar, and you can't see it, but that is the collar jewel, which is the blazing sun, the glory in the centre with the all-seeing eye.
Lift it higher
up, triangle.
Lift it a little bit higher.
Yeah,
we've got it. Yeah, we can see. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's real gold, I assume.
No.
Is it not?
So. No.
Oh my gosh, we can't get that downstairs accessories, can you? Listen, thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming on the programme, Christine Chapman. We appreciate it.
Pleasure.
Grandmaster.
Pleasure.
Dr. Andreas Onefors, thank you, from Sweden, and Cecile. How do I pronounce your surname, Cecile? Because I did it so badly earlier.
It's Cecile Rebougé. Do you allow me to add a little?
Briefly, Cecile.
Yeah, very briefly. Just wanted to point out that there's been an evolution concerning women Freemasons. But you know, the situation is very different in France and in England, because in England they are still acknowledged, they are just acknowledged but not recognized by the United Grand Lodge of England. Whereas in France, women Freemasons are fully recognized by their male counterparts, except for one Grand Lodge, which has the official links with the United Grand Lodge of England. But apart from that, you know, we are fully recognized. And that's a difference, and there's still a long way to go.
Okay. Thank you, Cecile. Thank you very much. Thank you, all of you. Coming up in the last half hour, the Actors Union Equity, who are trying to look for solutions to combat sexual harassment across the industry.